Hello everybody. The topics for today's discussion is Answers Matrix. We have John who sells vegetables at James Street and he wants to increase his sales. How can he do that? He can increase the prices, but that will definitely drive away his customers. One option to increase sales is to sell more vegetables than what he is selling now. Let's say he's selling 100 kgs now, he can increase that to 200 kgs. One more option is to sell fruits along with the vegetables. He has a ready market, ready customers for vegetables to whom he can also sell fruits. Can we think of an unrelated option? Milk. He can sell milk to the customers, or he can sell milk in the new market. This is something which is completely unrelated to his existing business. What should he do now? Let's understand this with Answers Matrix. Answers Matrix provides 4 strategic growth approaches using 2 dimensions: product and market. So the product can be an existing product or a new product. The market can be an existing market or a new market. The first of the approaches is market penetration, where a company or a firm tries to increase the market share in existing market. The second option is product development, where a firm thinks of introduction of new product in existing market. The third option is market development, where a firm thinks of introduction of existing product into a new market. And the fourth and the most risky option is diversification, where a firm enters into a new market and with new products. So we'll discuss each of the strategic choices: market penetration, product development, market development, and diversification in the following slides. What is market penetration? Market penetration is an approach which involves selling more of existing products in the existing market. This is a case where the company would want to sell more and more of its product to a market which is known to it. Since both the products and the market are known to the firm, the risk involved in this strategy is low. If we take the example of John, it will be easier and less risky for him to sell more of vegetables in the existing market. So it's important that in this case, a firm uses strategy to drive out competition, to increase its existing customers' usage. It comes out with competitive pricing. The firm can use its existing goodwill to drive more sales. An example of market penetration can be seen in the chart which shows the phone market share in US. If you see, Android phone has gone up from 10% in 2010 to about 60% in 2012. This is a case where the market was same, but the sale of the product of one of the company increased, and it has increased because it has taken away shares from other phone makers. If you see, the share of iPhone has remained pretty flattish, the Symbian phones have come down drastically, the Windows phone have just started growing. The next strategy is product development. In case of product development, a new product is introduced into an existing market. A firm can use the goodwill or the brand image of its existing product line, and it can introduce a new product into its existing market because the customers already know the firm. In case of John, because he has a ready market for vegetables, the customers know him, it would be easier for him to sell fruit. The product could be closely associated with an existing product or a new product altogether. For example, if a computer manufacturer starts manufacturing laptops, it will be closely associated. But if a paper manufacturer starts manufacturing computers, it could be a new product altogether. The idea is to capitalize on the existing goodwill of the existing market. The risk involved is moderate because one of the dimensions, that is the market, is known to the company. An example of product development is Apple introducing iWatch in the US market. The next strategy is market development. In this case, a firm sells existing products in newer markets. The firm would be selling its existing products quite well in its existing market, so it thinks, oh hey, why can't I go and expand it to a new market? The newer markets can be in new geographies, like a new country, new city, new area. It could be a new demographic section. That could be a new gender, a new age group, new income group. A price differentiation could also be used to create new market segments, like done by Apple. Apple introduced iPhone 5C to cater to the customers who want to buy a cheaper smartphone. The risk involved here is also moderate because the product is known and the market is unknown. It has a slightly higher risk than product development. An example could be launch of Burger King stores in India, where Burger King was doing quite good outside India, and then they found that, okay, hey, it's a market out here in India. Why not go and try and introduce Burger King in India? Next strategy for growth is diversification. This involves introducing new products in new markets. But why would some firms want to start with such a risky option? It is because when the products and the markets which are existing are saturated, a company has to look outside its existing spectrum of products and markets to grow further. This can be a related diversification or an unrelated one. When I say related diversification, it is when the company moves up or down its own supply chain. Like a car manufacturer starts manufacturing engines or starts manufacturing seat covers. And unrelated diversification is where the product is completely different from the existing line of product. As I said earlier, a paper manufacturer starts manufacturing computers. So both products are unrelated to each other, and obviously this involves a lot of risk going forward because you need to do a lot of market study because the market is not known. You need to do a lot of customer study. You need to do a lot of product study because even the product is unknown and the stakes are high. Some examples can be Canon launching computer accessories, so prior to which they were only into the photographic papers and photographic products. Nokia venturing into phone market from paper market. Let's get back to John and understand. He's currently selling few vegetables at James Street. If he starts selling more vegetables, it would be called market penetration. If he starts selling fruits in James Street, it would be called product development. And if he starts selling milk outside his area of operation, it could be diversification. So on concluding notes, the matrix itself doesn't provide you with a final strategic choice. It doesn't tell you, hey, which one is right, which one is wrong, which one is good, which one is bad. It just gives you a set of suggested strategies which an organization might implement to achieve its growth objectives. It says which is a riskier option, which is a less risky option, but the final choice lies with the organization. Thank you.